Hello there everybody, and welcome to this feature presentation on YouTube. I am King Mech, your hamburger pal. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger along with some delicious golden french fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Also be sure to grab some hot buttery popcorn while you're at it as you enjoy this episode of TTBurger Game Reviews on YouTube.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews here on YouTube. I'm your host Tony, aka TTBurger, or TTBurger the PlayStation Gamer, whatever you feel like calling me. But you know, like I changed my parents' name on YouTube, but still you can call me whatever you want. TTBurger, TTBurger the PlayStation Gamer, whatever you feel like calling me. You're there for it there too. And welcome to another extravagant PlayStation game review here. I took a look at Heart of Darkness last time. I took a look at another PlayStation game here. Episode 271. Once again, part 1 of one part. A PlayStation game first released on the PlayStation, also then released on the PC later on the same year. Take a look at a Mech Combat first-person game, which is an FMV game as well. Before we even get started, I want to give a shout out to everyone who has supported this channel. Since late 2016, back in October 2016 is when the channel first started, and thanks to you guys, this channel is getting bigger and bigger. And if you guys, this channel would not be as big as it is today. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. You guys are the greatest, and let's keep this channel growing until make it bigger than it is now. And we have another PlayStation game to look at today. Like I mentioned, this is the Mech Combat first-person game. There's been a lot of Mech Combat games released back in the day on the PlayStation, like main games like Mech Warrior 2, which is an awesome game on the PlayStation, stuff like that. And we also had Descent and all those too. But there's one game here that a lot of people probably don't know about, or if they do, probably overlook. They probably don't know much about. We're gonna look at it right here. This is Krazy Ivan by Psygnosis, aka Krazy Ivan, is or whatever you want to call it, how that character said. And the PlayStation long box here. It's the only case it's in, and it's in the cardboard case of one of 3 variants of the long box case here. This is Krazy Ivan, like I mentioned, for the PlayStation, released on February 15th, 1996. Back when I was still in 1st grade. And wow, it's crazy how fast it is. Krazy Ivan is a disappointing game that really could have done so much more. I mean, with a name like Krazy Ivan or Krazy Ivan, I did not know what to expect really, but this was the best they could do. Give me a burger break here. Krazy Ivan or Krazy Ivan is a first-person mech combat shooter, similar to games like Mech Warrior 2 on the PlayStation, and those type of games to be fun. But Krazy Ivan requires you to have fast reflexes to beat the game, more so while requiring little challenges sometimes there as well. But then again, with the way how they do the fast reflexes makes the difficulty very unbalanced and stuff like that. Where it can be easy and hard, easy and hard, easy and hard. At the same time, making the gameplay kind of a hand-me-down mess. Is it bad where you break the game when you throw it in like the Barbie games or the Mary Kay and Ashley games? No, not at all. But Krazy Ivan, when it comes to Mech Combat games, I would look better ones elsewhere. So I will explain here. Krazy Ivan, or Krazy Ivan, starts off with this FMV cutscene that looks good and the frame rate is smooth. And it starts out promising, until you hear the actors talk. These actors here give off the worst Russian accents I have ever seen. And like I mentioned, this game starts off. You play as a Russian mech soldier and stuff like that. Named Ivan. So it's been there. Yes, like they give off the worst Russian accents I've ever seen. They sound so fake and forced. They sound off. They are drunk off their ass and having too many martinis at a fancy burger bistro with burgers and fries and beer, and then just went to the studio after that to get their paycheck. And the accents sound so scripted and so fake and so forced. There are only 3 characters in the game. You have Ivan, Ivan, who you play as. You have this blonde woman, Katya, gives you your objectives. You have Pavel, who is Katya's partner, and more. And they are unlikable. Ivan's a dipshit who whines, complains, and at times does not give a shit if Katya says something. He's like, "What? Oh my god! I gotta take care of this now! Get me over there now!" And Katya is probably the best character, but in the game, she sounds like way too much like a school teacher telling a little kid what to do. That was awesome. The next objective will not be so easy, so be on the lookout for that. This guy here should give you no problems. Just remember to move and stuff and take him out, take the head out. And Pavel has no personality at all. He's just there for the crowd and just talks to Katya and even like rip for your beers like, who is this person? Krazy Ivan. No wonder they call him Krazy Ivan. And he's just there. And the story is basically not much. You basically a Krazy Ivan or Krazy Ivan, and well, his full name is Ivan Popovich, a Russian soldier in a mech suit with a mission to defend the Earth against robotic aliens and defeating the enemies and the bosses of each level. And after that, you go destroy the core and advance next level, and you do so for all the same 5 levels. Yeah, yes, I've mentioned. There's only 5 levels in this game. Russia, Saudi Arabia, France, United States, and Japan. After that, you can play again to get a higher score, but there's nothing else to do in the game after that. And yes, it's one of those futuristic aliens are invading Earth. You must stop them, like it hasn't been done to death before. I mean, Krazy Ivan has good production values and good music, but the FMVs were all done on a blue screen, and it shows there. I mean, when they're driving in the vehicle, it looks like a green screen. Even when you show on the outside, it looks like a truck hanging from a string or so like that. And the music score was done by Mike Clark and Tim Wright, and the music is excellent, fits really well. The in-game graphics are not bad, they look nice, even though all the levels look like barren wasteland and such, and there are no buildings in them. But the enemies look awesome, especially the boss and the explosion. The weapons look nice too, and the frame rate is smooth, even though it has the pause section when you look at any objective, and then it has to pause again for it to load the other character up on the map. But now it's like jumping all over the place. I haven't talked about the gameplay here and stuff, and what can I say? It's a first-person mech comic game that does not work the best. For starters, the game requires you to have fast reflexes to dodge enemies because they will be coming after you with their weapons. And after you defeat an enemy, they drop the enemy prisoners. You can rescue and just help you get the high score. Your mech has basic weapons of machine guns, lasers, missiles, special weapons, and more. And using these more powerful weapons can be a lifesaver and stuff, and they can get you out of situations. But they require limited ammo, and the only way you can get ammo is by defeating certain enemies. And the items they drop are very rare. And some of the items can help you, like this mode makes you go fast, like Energia mode, which makes you go really fast. Zombie mode makes you feel like a zombie. And there's this one power up called Schizo mode, and it's the worst power up because it inverts all the controls and everything, and this is very frustrating. The boss it can get you killed and stuff and everything. And yeah, but they got weapon power-ups too and health power-ups, which can be lifesaver too. But just they randomly drop. So if you're low on health, you don't get that health power-up, you're gonna be fucked. The boss fights just range from just full-on attack them in a certain part of their suit, or taking cover, dodging attacks. And they have weird names too, like I don't know, Pyro, Flyer, or so. I don't remember the names. I know that I care to. But they can be overly strong, killing you in minutes, even the regular enemies too if you're not careful. And you'll get almost done with the level. You'll get very close, boom, start the end, no checkpoint, so, or no lives system or so. The worst part is that the enemies can appear behind you and start attacking you, and you're defenseless. They can kill you and take you out in no time if you're not careful. This is where you need to have fast reflexes to kill the enemies, moving strafing, but you have to repeatedly tap the L2 or R2 shoulder buttons to keep strafing. Why can't you just hold it down? It's beyond me. The controls okay, but have stiffness to them, like turning and feeling around feels like a cement truck living tons of cement while eating cheeseburgers on a lunch break. And the difficulty really spikes up too. Like I mentioned, it could be simple. That is if you know what you're doing and stuff, and don't get your ass handed to you by other enemies. As one mistake can end your life. When the game ends, you have to enter your name for the score. If you want to continue where you left off, you have to manually load your game, which is ridiculous. Why can't they just send you back to the level select menu or try again or a retry option? That's TTBurger bullshit. The most frustrating part of the game, when you destroy the core, you need to deal with destroying the shields, and then firing at the core while it fires its weapon at you, and to make matters worse and more frustrating, enemies keep respawning throughout the whole game, and they drop powers like that, but you know, you're constantly dealing with the core, using your special weapon stuff, which can run out fast, and then you gotta fight enemies trying to get your ammo back and stuff, which can be annoying. And the core, my god, it's so crazy difficult for no reason when you destroy it and stuff, and you know, the core gets over, you get power-ups to your suit, and you get points like that to like upgrade your armor, which will be mandatory to survive for the next level, and the objective enemy bosses do the same over and over again, and, you know, for 5 levels, not the guy, it's a game, Krazy Ivan, Krazy Ivan, I told you what this game has and stuff like that, and basically you just beat this game in an hour or so, maybe 2 hours or so, if you're not good at it and stuff, this is what the game has to offer. It's just an average, mediocre mech comic game with horrendous acting, cheap deaths, and short, frustrating gameplay. That's Krazy Ivan and Krazy Ivan for you. It's not the worst game, but an average, mediocre game, just MechWarrior 2 did better. Final thoughts are, if you want an FMV game, you want to check out the FMV and stuff like that, or just check out how mech comics were like back then, might just be worth a rental, but nothing more. I give Krazy Ivan, Krazy Ivan a 5.5 out of 10 because of the problems I have with it. Just look elsewhere if you want a mech comic game, but this one's gonna be worth a rental, I guess, but what can you do? And that's it for episode 271, part 1 of my TTBurger game reviews. Stay tuned for episode 272 and look at some more action for you coming up. But all I gotta say is Tony, peace out, have a great day, and see you all in episode 272. Take care, everybody.